The Procrastination Pickle. Hello and welcome back to Easy English, the podcast where we dive into everyday English, unraveling those tricky idioms and quirky words. I'm Chloe.
And I'm Liam. And Chloe, I have to admit, I almost didn't make it today. I was in a bit of a pickle this morning.
Oh, really? A pickle. For our listeners, when Liam says he was in a bit of a pickle, he means he was in a difficult or awkward situation. What happened, Liam? Did you run out of coffee again?
Worse. I was supposed to finish editing this very script, but I kept putting it off. Classic procrastination. I was faffing about all morning.
Faffing about. I love that one. It's a brilliant British English term. It means to waste time doing unimportant things instead of what you should be doing. So, what were you faffing about with? Perfecting your sock drawer?
Not exactly. I got sucked into a YouTube rabbit hole about competitive cheese rolling. Don't ask. Anyway, it got to the point where I thought, oh dear, I'm really up the creek without a paddle now.
Up the creek without a paddle. That's a good one. It means you're in a very difficult situation with no easy way out, like being in a boat without an oar to steer or propel yourself. So you were facing a deadline disaster because of cheese rolling videos.
Precisely. I had to pull out all the stops to get it done. I even skipped my second breakfast.
Pull out all the stops. That means to make every possible effort to achieve something. Impressive, Liam, sacrificing food for work. So this procrastination thing, it's a common human experience, isn't it? Why do we do it?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? For our listeners, a million-dollar question is a very important or difficult question to answer. I think for me, sometimes the task just seems too big, too daunting.
Daunting, meaning intimidating or seeming difficult to deal with. I get that. Sometimes I look at my to-do list and just want to bury my head in the sand.
Nods. Bury your head in the sand. Like an ostrich. It means to refuse to think about or acknowledge an unpleasant reality. But that never really works, does it? The problem is still there when you eventually pull your head out.
Exactly, and then you have even less time and the panic sets in. I find that breaking a big task into smaller, bite-sized pieces helps me.
Bite-sized pieces. I like that, meaning small, manageable parts. That's good advice. I also try to give myself a little reward when I complete something I've been dreading. It's a bit of carrot and stick, but mostly carrot.
Carrot and stick. That idiom refers to a policy of offering a combination of rewards, the carrot, and punishment, the stick, to induce good behavior or hard work. So, what's your go-to carrot, Liam? More cheese rolling videos?
Maybe. Or a guilt-free cup of tea and a biscuit. It's the little things. But sometimes, even with the best intentions, I find myself going around in circles.
Going around in circles. That means to be very active but achieve very little, or to keep discussing the same problem without finding a solution. It's the definition of inefficient.
Totally. So, to recap for our amazing listeners, today we've looked at in a bit of a pickle, in a difficult situation, putting it off, postponing something, faffing about, wasting time on silly things, up the creek without a paddle, in serious trouble with no easy solution. Pull out all the stops to make maximum effort. The million-dollar question, a very important or difficult question to answer. Daunting, intimidating, bury your head in the sand. To ignore a problem, bite-sized pieces, small, manageable parts, carrot and stick, using rewards and punishment, and going around in circles. Being busy, but not productive.
That's quite a list. Hopefully our listeners won't be faffing about and will put these idioms to good use straight away.
Absolutely. And maybe they can tell us in the comments what they procrastinate on or their best tips for beating it.
Great idea. That's all the time we have for today on English Uncacked. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our next episode.
And if you found this helpful, give us a thumbs up. Until next time, keep learning and keep laughing. Bye.
Bye, everyone.